All right. All right. Action. We're rolling, you guys. Hey, now this is first period, 7th grade class. Some of the boys, this is our first time filming, so we're going to see how it goes. Of course, I set this whole camera up, and actually I'm left-handed, so this is all weird. But so far, those of you at home, I know there's at least one or two of you at home, boys, that maybe started this here, but if you needed to restart, we started off with 10 dots. I know somebody in here is restarting this too, right? 10 dots, right? And then we connected our dots, girls, boys. Then we connected all of our dots with these little leaf shapes and added to it and kept drawing lines. And you can see here, I'm not finished with the lines. So, boys, we're live. We're live on YouTube. Shh. Now, you guys, of course, I'm going to continue like yesterday, filling in all the negative space with curved lines. Somebody asked the brilliant question yesterday, is there any certain direction that I choose for this? So yesterday, it was in my head all day whether I was going to go one direction with this or be totally random. This one here, I decided to go the same direction on all these, and it almost looks like a flower inside a spider web, right? Hey, but then some of my later ones, I just tried to make it different every different direction I could, every time I turned the page to make the lines. I'm going to say that's generally what I try to do. The end result, of course, we'll start shading today. I hope we have time. This class, we have homeroom before it, so it was a little bit short. But if we could finish our lines and start shading today, that is the hope. Okay? So I better get to that. Now, some of you guys that are talking, you know you're on YouTube. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if the screen on screen's the best position. I don't really like the positioning of this, you guys. What do you think? I feel like I need to redo this next period. Let's see what you guys think. We'll play it after. All right, filling in all of this negative space. Hey, we got visitors here, you guys. Okay. Now, are there any questions about what we're doing so we could put it on the YouTube for people at home? None at all?
Does the shading process involve having to hold your pencil like sideways or?
Hey, that's a great question. Hey, the question was, does the shading process require you to hold your pencil sideways? That's a great question. You guys know that if you are holding it just a little bit at an angle and you rotate it each time, you're kind of sharpening it as you go. Yeah, I would do that. Hey, when we get to the shading pencils, the real dark lead, I did get some hand sharpeners out because sometimes our electric sharpener it's kind of rough on it. It's kind of rough. So I did use it to start the sharpening of them, but Like you saw, pieces, chunks can come out of there from those soft pencils. Okay, look, I'm getting close to completion on this. Hey, right in here, I almost feel like these just kind of came together. I'll put a couple little lines there. I just got to choose a line pattern for this one. I'll have that go off the page a little bit. And then here, I might go. I always am turning my paper, you guys. Always turning it. Hey, by the way, people at home, we talked about Winslow Homer today again. We looked at a couple of his paintings. I feel like I don't have enough to say, you guys, for YouTube. I should have played some music. Okay, here we go. Now, you guys, anybody to the point where they're ready to shade? I know one of the girls said that earlier. Okay, hey, check this out. So when I made this one a couple years ago, this one, I should have dated it. I was doing these ribbons, or like, let's call them ribbons now, where I made one light, I made one dark. I kind of alternated dark, light, dark, dark, light, dark. Now, with that, you can see I'm trying to shade darker near the points. Okay? So to create this illusion of depth in here, we have the point, it's darker with value, but also the point is where the lines get narrower. So we're using two things, perspective and value, to create this illusion. Okay? So I'll do that here. I'm going to just choose if I want the outside lines, the inside to be dark. I think I'll choose the outside darker. And you'll notice right away, if you've been using the number 2 pencil, this gets pretty dark pretty fast. Now, I'm shading. See that? Hey, by the way, boys, the shading, it's just a matter. I know this sounds silly, but it's just how much pressure. If I want it really dark, I'm pressing harder. You don't have to press very hard with this pencil, by the way. And then if I want it to lighten up, as I move up towards the middle, I'm going to have my lightest area in the middle of these bands, okay? So I could kind of lightly go lighter and lighter. I'm pressing lighter. When I get near the middle, I might just completely let off and leave it white for now, because I'm going to blend this. And I'll blend that on through. Now over here, remember my middle one, I want to make it lighter. So I'm probably going to add very, very light value. And blending it will take care of the rest, okay? Kind of about the same distance. I'll just kind of put some lead down there, or carbon. Hey, I'm going to go over the other side and do that. I'm going to go real dark in the corner here. Lighten up as I get closer to the middle. I don't know how well that camera shows that. Yep.
So does it just depend on how hard you push on it for a darker color?
Yeah, just depends how hard. So just light. Start off dark and then just let up as you get closer. Then this middle part's a little tougher to keep it light, because I start off really light and very sketchy, to tell you the truth, because if I go in here and blend it now, I kind of blend this together, see? Now, if you notice, I've darkened this all in here. I will say at the end, in the end on this one, I did go in and hit it with an eraser after the highlights, like later on, when I'm all done. When I'm all done, I can go in here and hit some of these spots with an eraser, kind of brighten it up right in the wide spots. Hey, did you notice I never finished this one? I just noticed that yesterday. I hadn't finished that one. I will. But right now, I'm starting a new one. Hey, sometimes I like to go back over it again if I see spots that need adjusting. Now, these other lines here, this is kind of up to you what you want to do here. One thing I like to do is to make it look like these lines are underneath these bands. So what I did on the last one is I made sure it was darker, like a shadow's being cast right along the edge and then lighten up. Okay? Darker right along the edge and then lighten up. I think for the most part, I'll probably do that all the way through the triangle area and then blend it. And like we said yesterday, guys, this is really just coloring with a pencil. All right? I'm just coloring it with a pencil. If you get an area and it, after I blended it and it kind of fades in, then I just go back and add some more value. And the strange thing is, it's one of those things that I never feel like I'm done. I feel like I can always go back and add more value, touch it up. Always adding more. Like these lines, as I blend this, I'll probably go in and go over these lines again. Let's get an area here. How much time? We got about 10. Let's see how far we get in about 10 minutes here. Isn't that about what we have left? All right. I'm going to do a little blending here. Now this little triangle is pretty dark in there. Now, let's talk about something else while we're doing this. Did anybody hear that we might get some snow today?
Yeah. And I am not looking forward to it.
No? No excitement about the snow?
No. I'm very traumatized from snow.
All right.
If it freezes ice, I cannot enjoy it.
Hey guys, here's one where I'm going to go back over. I blended that, and now I'm going to go in and go over these lines that kind of faded in. Blend it some more. Hey, another thing, boys and girls. If I see do you guys remember the value scale we worked on last year? Let's see if I have one. Let's see if I have one. That'll spark some memories here. Yeah. I should have had this prepared since we're on the video. All right. You guys remember this last year? Okay. So remember how this gradiated, from dark to light, but then this one we wanted it to go smooth. Oh no, that would be a good thing to talk about too. So what I do, just like on the value scale, I like to go in here and look for areas that are abrupt, dark to light, and then I try and smooth that. I try to color in between, give it some middle tones, because we have our lights, our darks, and then all the middle tones. Now, you guys, there is a future artist of the week that we haven't had yet. Has anybody ever heard of Ansel Adams? Okay. Ansel Adams. He was a photographer. Very famous black and white photographer. Now here's what I want to say about him. His photographs were rich with a lot of different values. And he was also a piano player. And when he would take a photo, he would say that you needed to play all 88 keys. So I always think about that. I think about how could I get darks, lights, and all these middle tones involved in my pictures. All right, I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that side. I'm going over the other side now, you guys. Now, let's see here. We still have a little bit of time. We're gonna have to end this soon because I'm gonna have to sign out. Hey, you guys, I'll tell you what. All right, boys and girls, let's move the computer a little bit this way. There we go. See, everybody's been watching on the big screen back here. Okay, you guys, I am going to stop the recording. Boys and girls, listen. Shh. Now, yeah, I was going to say that. Okay, don't forget to subscribe and like and comment and ring the little bell, ring-a-ding-ding. Right? Don't forget that. I'm going to minus this. Oh yeah, see you guys in the next video. Probably tomorrow. We'll see where we get before tomorrow.